Well, hello, thank you everybody, and welcome back to Saturday Sculptures. I hope you're excited to see this piece because it took me on a journey, but I absolutely love the end result. I hope that you do too. So where are we with the project, Sharon, so far? You could see I'd measured out equal parts of my Clearcast, which is becoming my new favourite resin for sculptures. It's a very firm finish, which I love. I'm continuing to explore window film to see if they're all going to adhere to the resin like the one that I've done in my previous couple of sculptures. And the answer is no. I loved the effect of this and I got super excited thinking that I'm going to have this lovely aluminium look on the inside, but it didn't work out that way. It did pull away very easy. So from a substrate, it provided a nice shiny surface. It provided a fairly firm piece that could pull away very, very easily. But this is part of what my channel is about. It's sharing my materials with you, what works, what doesn't work, and then you can choose. It would be quite expensive to use this if you were going to use it purely just for a substrate. However, you can pull it away and reuse it over and over. Anyway, now why did I choose these colour schemes? Well, great question, and I'm about to answer that for you. And my first answer is, why wouldn't you? Look how lush they look. They are so, I think, rich together. And I just love this combination. But the real answer is, the one I did about a year ago, which was a lot smaller than this, somebody saw it on my Etsy store and they said it was perfect for their table centerpiece, but they wanted one bigger. So this is me exploring how big could I work on sculptures. Now it took me on a journey and that will be revealed as we go on into this project. I absolutely love the effects I got when I did my swirls. Now you can see a nice little sparkle in there. That's a super sparkle white that's been added in there. And the gems, crystals, whatever you want to call them, that I come around my edge with, they are table scatterings, wedding table scatterings. I get them from Amazon, and this one was a rose gold effect, and it just complements this piece. In my opinion, beautiful. Now, the reason I work on two separate boards is because I like to double up my resin sculptures. You may not want to do, you may want to do just one piece, and that's entirely up to you. Go with whatever makes you happy. I just love free form resin sculptures, which means there is nothing to hold it in. I work with the resin, I let it take a shape that it wants to do, and then I start to sculpture the pattern that I want working with the resin as it drapes over my, I want to say something posh, but it's not, it's just lager glasses. Or glass, not glasses, yeah, glasses that I stand together, taped together because they gave me the perfect shape. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to a little bit of Sharon's Dodgy FM, but I repeat this process and then I put them together in a sculpture as I would do normally with the first stage of folding it and working with the resin to take the shape. Now, it was a different resin from Clearcast, so this one needed slightly longer to be set over the vase. I knew that, but did I listen to myself? Absolutely no, I didn't. I removed my masking tape a little bit too early, which caused it to droop and settle, spread apart. So you will get to see what you mean. It's coming up soon where I tape it for the first time and then I pull it off. And if you have a look at the stage when I pull it off, it's more upright. But when I came back, it sort of flattened out. So I had to work with it. And the challenge for me then was I needed to create more things to go in the middle because I just didn't like those two sagging out too much. Saggy old ladies, I didn't like that. So I wanted to create a little bit more height because that's one of the requests that the client had, was a little bit of height in the middle. Now the only dilemma with that was I'd already created a little centerpiece, so the challenge was how can I get these centerpieces to sit in there and then work together. So it's not how I envisaged it, but I do love the end result, and there was lots of learns along the way. Now I enjoy the fact that I pulled off the iridescent film that in the centerpieces. So I used the one that I used on a couple of sculptures in the middle, but I didn't want it to be so iridescent. So I pulled off the protective film, which left this very sticky residue to it, which meant I could get my glitter and sprinkle it on and it adhered to it. So I still get a little bit of that iridescent coming through, but that glitter just sparkles and catches it. So I decided not to add a fourth layer, which I was going to do because I still had a gap. I felt like after I walked away and came back to it after a couple of days that I absolutely loved it as it is. If the client doesn't like it, I will proudly, because it is already stood on my table as a centerpiece, and what I'm going to do is put some fairy lights in the middle and have it as I wouldn't put candles in it because the flame would catch some of these edges because it's too close in the middle. But I'm Sharon, I'm digressing. What I really take away from this though is the colour scheme. Some of that glitter in the middle is just absolutely stunning, and I love the swirls and that. So I might go back and revisit this colour schemes and put it in like the one that I did, the yellow one, so it's more upright, and use it as a candle holder. But let me know your thoughts. I'm not going to talk anymore in the video. I am going to put Sharon's Dodgy FM on, but you understand now what I'm doing with the multiple layers and whys. Basically end up problem solving. I've now got to put this on Etsy and get in contact with a client and check if they're happy or if I need to go back to the drawing board. But I would love your thoughts. Let me know what you think to this colour scheme. Have you worked with it before? Would you have left it just at the two layers and not added that middle? What do you think of the idea of removing that film so that you can add your glitter to it? Anyway, so many questions, so little time. Come back and see me on the next Sharon sculpture and let me know, because when I take you outside in the sun and you see this sparkle, oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. And I do love doing these swirls because I think it helps with the organic patterns that you get. Anyway, get off your soapbox, Sharon, and let them enjoy Sharon's Dodgy FM. If you haven't already though, thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. That really helps my channel. And other than that, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. one of those days in the studio where I demolded my sculpture slightly earlier, thought it was going to be okay, but it spread back to the original, well, slightly more, but it's spread out. So it's not disastrous, but I now have to figure out how I'm going to build some height in here and here, because the width of it is, I think, a nice width for a table setting, and I don't want to waste it. The colours and everything, I think, are just stunning, and it's quite stable, but I need to find out how to get a centerpiece in there. So wish me luck. I'm still thinking how I'm going to do it. I feel this side is okay, so I'm thinking maybe I have one that goes that way, maybe one that way, or maybe it goes that way and then over that way. So because I quite like the two details there. This wiggly thing in the middle, which is normally good because it would normally be up high here, and then it's like would have been more up like that, would have been centered and nice, but now it's off center. Now I did put the things in the middle here to give me a flat area to work on and add stability to this piece, but we're now going to do a bit of DIY, and hopefully we'll end up with an amazing sculpture at the end. But I just wanted to let you know what's going through my head now. Eek!